are now listening to Empty Out the Clip.
This is for grandmas that pass knowledge down through stories and songs. Must start now with us no longer. We pay homage to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We pay homage to you. Yeah, yeah.
Born and raised in the 2024 in a time way before technology connected us all. I was raised about a click.
All right, welcome to another episode of the ENTC podcast, Empty Out the Clip. Man, it's your boy Let's Days of Fades holding it down for another episode 195. Joining me today on this beautiful Sunday, sunny afternoon in Auckland City. Coming to you from the heart of the murder capital of NZ. Welcome back, Eddie. How's it going, Usos?
Man, busy, Us. Good to be back.
It's been a minute, bro. It's been like, what, a whole 7 days?
Yeah. That was good to be back, yo.
Nice, Us. You need the drill, man. Let's get into some shoutouts. Let's go.
Yo, my usual shoutouts to Westside Boxing Crew, all the people at Westside Fitness. Man, it's been a hard week, man. Some of those drills are hard. Shout out to PJ and Alex. Also, shout out to my Liston brothers, Liston boys. Caught up with a lot of them this week, video calling. Sending my also want to send my condolences to my brother Leo Tavita and his family, going through this tough period of mourning. Also want to say good welcome to my cousin Sam Fruin. He's here from SAR. He's brought his family here, so I think they're going to represent tomorrow, so with my sister Matalena, so shout out to them. Shout out to everyone that's doing it hard out there and doing their grinds, man. You know, you guys are doing the work out there, man. Shout out to you guys. Seki.
Oh man, with a heavy heart, man. Just the condolences to the brother Manu, the passing of his wife Kailelei, Tuli Manu. Thoughts and prayers with the Brian Yosua, Tuli Manu family. The passing of our cousin, who's battling some time, and also to the family flying in and out of the country. Thoughts and prayers with you all. Another shout outs to those. It's been a minute since I've heard from ours on socials, but probably another person I'm going to add to my try and catch up list. Another shout out to the cousin Yashi. He just popped in for a quick cut. It's always good to connect with the cousin. Some solid yarns has probably been stored up since the last hiccup, but I know he's been getting a lot of training done with my daughter Nikita. I told him that I'll try and get out there and do some kolengi with him. Another shout out to my auntie Mari and Pete Heath. I know auntie mentioned to come and train with the family. Training with the family is probably the best training you can get, and I'm hopefully going to manifest that in the coming weeks. And my last one's to all the kids returning back to study, and then all those with the last week or second week of holidays, school holidays. Hope you guys are keeping occupied and staying out of trouble. Yeah, and all the rest of it, and getting those fit done. Sicky. So you can catch more of our content on our webpage, the WesWesNet.com. You can also find us on Spotify, Empty Out the Clip. Also look up our YouTube channel, Producer Cam's posting uploads each week. You also find our Facebook page. It's a private page, so if you request Empty Out the Clip, find it, answer the questions, security will let you in. Also, it has been a funny weekend of weather, but it has been a sicky week of work because I only did like one shift. It's my second shift, so it'll be my third shift tonight. But man, I know you've been busy. You said you're busy filling out forms. How's the week been for you? So,
Yeah, no, it's been flat out, man. With work, man, one of the girls that I've been training, she's on a 2-week holiday, so I kind of miss having like a spare extra hand coming around there. So shout out to JoJo. She's been awesome, man. So kind of felt like her absence. So it's just be me and the Arab guy. It's just us two holding it down. But and a few other girls have left, moved on to other jobs, and 2 girls have moved to Silverdale. So like it makes more sense to find a job out there. So we got some new crew members coming in and just trying to train them up and whatnot. So that's a job and a half, really, yeah. And then just been doing paperwork, trying to sort out visas and stuff. So just getting that all sorted. Man, just money just keeps popping away. And yeah, no, just I managed to make a few boxing sessions this week. So man, I think my lungs are getting better. Like starting to get used to, especially to the sparring. Shout out to PJ, man. That guy's a bro. He's just a powerful manager. Eh? He just makes you push yourself. Eh? And Soul and Joe and all the other boys that train down there. Good to see the also Alex. But yeah, when you mentioned Avi, man, shout out to Avi, bro, because I think he's doing some like comps over there as well, eh? Weightlifting and whatnot. And then yeah, my cousin Sam, right from Samoa. Man, that guy's like the Pablo Escobar of Samoa, bro. Like the amount of luau and you and mussies he brought just all came in and then all went out. Yeah, bro. I just watched my mom pack it all up and oh yeah, this for next door, this for this for this. So yeah, no, there's some happy family out there. I think I managed to get like half a mussie. Yeah. And I don't know where the Sula chips went. I was looking for some and they're already gone.
No,
But yeah, no. But yeah, no, it's been a crazy week, eh? Busy week. How about you? How's your
sounds
week been?
hectic.
Yeah.
Nah, week's been well, man. Like I said, man, like I probably did one shift during the week on Tuesday. I have pretty much the long weekend from Friday. I guess the good news from work was I got signed off, so I'm actual official STP now. So I'm not gonna abbreviate
Cool.
that in case people try and guess what I do for work. But nah, just yeah, being officially signed off. But suddenly I discovered something, man. Oh, yeah, I discovered something that the trainer picked up at work, and I'll touch on that a bit later. But
Yeah.
I wanted to also just shout out to the arrival news that came. The brother-in-law Sam and Trisha and their boy Peyton came back home for a visit. Pei had his Liston ball, even though he hasn't been going to school from here from the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But he arrived back to finish off his year, kept it off with the ball. He said he got on the Vai Piro as well. It's funny, because obviously it's funny because he told me he's good mates with Roger's son, and I said, did Roger give you a bit of advice? And he's like, I just be responsible, they can't see any trouble. But nah, it was awesome. Like, just catching up with the fans for the short trip that they've been back. I know they got a Sunday lunch on, but I was asleep. So they're at the in-laws now. Feeling well, and just Peyton and Sam. But he always got to connect with the brother-in-laws, man. Yeah, I think that's the one of the many blessings that I have is obviously being close to my brother-in-laws on both sides. But now, yeah, the week, man, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. I guess like the one thing I did wanted to share, like I found that I've got a difficulty like multitasking, especially with numbers. And yeah, the trainer picked up on it. Like, I think it's probably like a bit of dyslexia, man. And it's funny just hearing numbers and trying to write them down, and then if I was to read numbers back, so it's like I'm speaking in gear, man, or Chinese. And it's funny because I've always knew that maybe, I wonder if there's something wrong with me. Like, but I just never took notice of it. But this job that I do, man, you gotta be precise, concise, and it has to be responded back and delivered back the way it's been read back to me. So it's something that I've discovered at the age of 40. So yeah, bit of a surprise, but like at least I know,
Yeah.
It's like I didn't know. I must have fallen out of the car seat, I don't know, or dropped on my head when I was a kid, something like that, So makes up to all the the blabbering or the waffling Kaisar always talks to about when we talk on the pod. Speak of the man. Speak as the man himself. So yeah, it's just crazy that I found this out at this age, and I feel like I'm not mad about it, because obviously when I'm speaking to, and then like I have to read stuff back. So even when I'm writing it down on a piece of paper, I'm like literally, instead of writing it in a straight line, I'm like writing it at different places, man. I was like, what the hell, man? And this is the pen to paper. I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
It's the biggest skitty, yeah. But nah, at least I know. Like, I'm glad that I know, and it's like it's something to not be mad about. And I love that my work colleagues have been like, also just take your time, man. There's no rush. There's no rush, man. Like, get it right. Take your time, and like to hear that from your work peers, like it's it makes you feel like not mad, and like just to be okay with it, like
that's team bonding, man.
Team bonding,
team building as well.
But also just to the crew on the hours that we do too. Like, I just love the support. Like, I love the bros like asked me for my number, rang me as soon as I've got into my post, and then rang me during the shift and like just checked in on me. Like, man, like here was me like 3 months ago, you know, uncertain of where my future was and what I was gonna do for work, and bro, just
Testing.
go from a completely different workplace. You know what I mean? So like, I just thought to myself, man, how fortunate, man, and how blessed, bro. So nah, just real over the moon of the week, bro. But nah, yeah, but belly in the cold, the cold's been something else, eh? Like, just like, man, just when I thought I was hacking it, bro, then last night, oh, silly. But it's the danger of being my lily and you sweating.
Yeah.
Oh man, because bro, some of the walks I have to do, man, I'm like, Trust Stadium ain't got nothing on these set of stairs, man. It's like these are the Greenland stairs, man. The stairs are death, bro. But bro, when you gotta go up, man, get some fresh air, bro, you just gotta do it, man. So nah, that's been the links away. That's been my week also.
Yo, sick, Us. Nah, sounds hectic like mine, Us. Oh man, Uso Kaisar, we can't see Us.
Oh man, the man with the heavy hands and the fast tracks. Introducing Mr. Kaisar, Chucky Blue. What is up, Moso?
Yeah. Good. Are we on? Yeah.
Yeah, we're on, bro.
Yeah.
How's the week been?
Yeah, week's been good. Well, the week's been challenging to be honest, boys. Yeah, kind of, caught me on surprise. But let's reset, let's refocus. Yeah, pretty challenging, but it is what it is. So first speed bump done, and just looking forward to the second speed bump, and then we'll determine what lies for the future from there. But regardless, man, can't complain, man. God is good, man. Give all glory to Him. We'll leave it in His hands, and He will never ever fail us. So, whatever the results, man, I'm glad I still have my faith. I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint, but man, let's get it done, lad. Let's get it done.
Yo,
beautiful. Did you have any shout outs? Sorry about that.
Shout outs, to the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jesus, for all that you do and all that you provide for us and our communities and our families. So, all glory to God and guiding us in the righteous direction. And, so in His name, amen. And shout out to, just to all those that are, that are real. Yeah. Just to all those that are real, because when life throws you a curveball, man, you'll be amazed on how many people will buckle. So my advice to our people far and beyond, man, don't ever buckle. If you know who you are as a person, shout out to you. Shout out to you for being loyal to you. And I just want to shout that out and spread a bit of love there for our community. Yeah.
Nice, Uso. Yo, mean messages.
Now, we'll get into some topics. I know this hasn't been many posts, but I seen this post, and it was about an Australian lady who doesn't seem to connect with her peers because she's got an early retirement fund at the age of 37. That's the same as a person who's in the retirement age. So this lady is obviously successfully financially stable. She owns a few homes. You might wonder, like, oh, how was that inherited? Is this just she's got 3 degrees from off the top of my head and has no kids, and she's living it up. But I titled this as a post, is this what we strive for? Like, is this, and there's been a mixture of comments. I know Eddie, I don't know if he commented on it or was it Chucky commented on it, and it was just I think we got one from Mel Puka. He said 100%. Like, okay, so, and it depends on the person's headspace around it. But chucking it over to you guys. Like, if you press play and watch that clip, just your thoughts on it, guys. Start with you, Eddie.
How do you measure success? Do you measure by like how many Lamborghinis you have and yachts and whatnot? Because she was saying that she's owns multiple boats or something, and she has friends in their 60s that they own boats. And I mean, that's good. Like, good on you. But you shouldn't tell other people how to live their lives. Tell them that they shouldn't have kids if they want to live a successful life. There are plenty of millionaires and billionaires that have kids and have successful lives. Some people are nearly broke and have 6 kids, and I consider that a successful life. You know, you shouldn't look at kids as like she's looking at kids as an expense, whereas most parents out there will look at their kids as investments. You know, that's their investments. That's their name going out in the world. That's their dynasty basically is their kids, right? So a lot of people find success in their kids, and you know, you ask with all the parents, especially like in our communities and whatnot. You know, you ask them about like, do you want your kid to go out and work straight away and get your money? Nah, they always say school first, education first. You know. So I don't know. This lady's her way of success is measured in a very parangi kind of way, in a very parangi kind of sense. But like, I don't know. You know, when you're 60 years old before that money, and you pass on and you get to the gates of heaven, man, that money doesn't buy you. Yeah, you can't take that money with you, and it's not going to get you in through the doors too. Like, yeah. But yeah, it's a very shallow way of measuring success. But yeah, that's my 10 cents.
Nice, Us.
Nice. Also, that's a big 10 cents.
That's a 50 cents.
Yeah. Welcome back, Eddie.
Thanks.
Yeah. I watched that one. That was interesting. It was quite a cringy. So and I thought it was pretty arrogant on her speech, just sitting there with her nose up high, you know, like a real snob. You know, nothing to judge her about her success or anything like that, but yeah, just a lot of arrogance in her speech, you know. And the measure of anybody's success is through their heart, you know. That's the measure of a man. I suppose it's a measure of a female as well. It comes down to yeah, how do you know you're successful? It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor or whatever you have. I mean, you're rich if you're happy in life, you know. And I believe that she must be very miserable. You know what I mean? She's traveled the world. She's a homeowner, by the age of 21. I believe with all the success she's had, because she's had like 4 degrees, I believe she's born into a silver spoon, man. You know, there's no way somebody that young can actually achieve that much at such a short time. You know, no way, though, unless she's got wealthy parents, man. You know. And
She didn't even mention her parents.
yeah, well, exactly. That's the arrogance of her speech. She's sitting there surrounded by a lot of people, and she's having a good laugh. But at the end of the day, you can see all the people cringing on stage, and they're just looking at her, man. How dare you? You know what I mean? They're not stupid. They're also saying, man, this little, you know, whatever she is, you know, this little biatch, you know, she's born into a silver spoon, you know. She is. So I feel sorry for her, because just imagine if all that just came to crush her whole world, came crushing down, man. You know, and then she's only back to a wooden spoon. And there's no doubt she hasn't had a taste of a wooden spoon. You know, it's not better for her since she's born, I believe, because there's no way at such a short time, being that so young, you know, that you can achieve that much. Yeah, so I believe she's miserable. She's arrogant in her speech. And she's not happy. Yeah. So the measure of anybody's success is the size of their heart. Yeah, regardless of what they have. But yeah, if you're rich in culture, man, I believe you're rich already. You know, you're happy with what you have. Yeah, man, that's my 5 cents. Yeah, we'll turn that 5 cents into 5 million.
I think that's a $2 coin right there.
Let's go.
Yeah, that seemed like more of like a $2 coin deals.
Yeah.
Nah, I think I agree. I agree that yeah, she can't be content. I mean, if filling your brain with all those degrees, buying all those material things like the caravan and the yacht, and then not having a social like a level to speak with your own people your age, and they're speaking up like to people who are in their old age in retirement, and that she mustn't be happy, right? Because there will be a night where she might go to sleep and just wish like she knew what it felt like to be with her own age group. Like, you know, I believe like you can make friends like, you know, different age groups and stuff like that, but not have kids, maybe not even a husband, or not animals. Like, your money's only gonna buy you so much happiness, right? And I think like trying to be content just in life is like, to me, I think and I wanna use this plug to give props and love to Jaden Lang, his trip back to Samoa. To see kids sit there with nothing, the sun, and not complain and just have so much smiles on their faces, that sort of happiness you can't buy, right? None of the material things and the high of that like being so just overwhelmed and just being in a happy place, like you can't buy that. You can't buy that. But I mean, you can put money towards it to sort of give you some of that happiness. But all the stuff that she's bought is like, when you run out of buying stuff, like how deep are her pockets? Like, I would hate to see her on the Survivor show or in the, like, if she lost everything by natural disaster. I hate to see her rebuild, man. Like, would she even survive? Like, it's a big eye opener. It would be an eye opener for her, I guess. But yeah, I felt like there was sort of like a false facade, her going on show and saying that she's happy. It's like, hell no. I don't even think so. Like, it's a good way to mask it. You know, a lot of people who are successful like must mask. Must be awesome being lonely at night with no one to hug. No kids to sort of scratch at your legs and ask you for stuff, man. Like, yeah, but I mean, everyone's mentality is different, you know. So yeah, it's not like you can take all that shit when you die. Can't take it with you.
Exactly.
But also, how do you not know how to talk to your year group? Do you walk up to them like, "Hey, look at my new house"? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's easy to talk to someone else in your year group. You talk about the weather, talk about the sport. Like, you know.
Yeah.
You don't go, "Oh yeah, I bought this boat the other day. How about you?" You know, for me, that's just arrogance. If you can't talk to your own year group.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when I chat with people, like just random strangers, and we're just having the chat, I just withhold things. I don't fucking share everything that I got, but you know, you just share what you need to share, and you watch them share their stuff, and you're like, okay, and you just match the energy. Like, fuck, it's simple, bro.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah.
I can only see those sort of like friendships that she make with people as if like she bought a boat. It's like, are you trying to buy your way into that sort of group that they own boats?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's one thing to do it with property and like to surround yourself with people who are in the property game and then get on that level with them. But then when those friends ain't got time for you because they're dealing with their families and their other stuff outside of property, or it must be a lonely place where she is, right? Like, there's only so many avenues you can sort of like reach out. Like, you know, she's saying caravan. Like, yeah, there's a caravan community in Australia and they must travel. But when the caravan's just you and the caravan, and everyone else has got like either their side gangy or their kids, and that, well, you and your wooden spoon, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she's a homeowner at such a young age, and she holds other property investments as well, a boat, you know, yacht. She says, you know, caravans, etc. You know. Traveled the world, been to Europe, like what, flipping over half a dozen times, she said. Yeah. So I've been to Europe, you know. Oh, so I think she said like 7 times or something, or 12 times or something like that. Anyway, regardless, man, I was thinking, shit, that's a lot of travel time, 4 degrees, homeowner, property, other investment properties, and la da da da. And man, if she's not happy, just give me a call. I'll make her happy all night long. My man.
That screams unhappy. That screams unhappy to me.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I heard that, I'm like, you're not happy. Yeah, Mukio, she's not happy.
Just
She's
arrogant,
not happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, Sticky Boys, just hot off the press, and it's a late one. I know I just posted it up, but it was from the Samoan Observer. It was a man pleaded guilty. He's charged with sexual connection to the underage family member and impregnated. He was sentenced to 3.5 years. And then opening the article, the judge obviously downgraded the sentences because of some of the stuff that was handed to him by the village. Did any of you guys manage to read that?
No. So he got his niece?
Yeah, so he got his sister's daughter pregnant, and he tried to justify it by saying it was consensual sex. She's then become pregnant, and obviously he's being bullied from the village. Yeah, and then he's just trying to rally up a support crew by giving him like good character references and the stuff that he's done inside the village and whatever. They're trying to say that what he done, his actions were okay.
Man.
Like hearing that shit, what do you guys think? Like,
Well, Eddie, it's your village, bro. You have the first word.
Hi. Hi. Oh man, like it's just what straight incest, bro.
yeah,
Oh man. Yeah. Weird, like man, like how do you justify like doing that? You know, like that's so fucked up, bro. Like yeah, it's just wrong in so many ways, but at the same time, like man, if this is your mate that did it, why you stand up for him? You know, why give him these references and shit? But like, yeah, good character, and he shows remorse. Like, come on, man. I'm just going for it now. 3.5 years, man. You know, and like, especially in the islands, man. Like, abortion's not a thing, right?
Mm.
You know, this child's gonna be born, and it's already had a shady start, man. But yeah, hope the baby has a good life, man. Despite all this shit, but yeah, I don't know how much I can say on this. It's just wrong. There's no right in this. Yeah.
fucking go next. It's it's something that Pacifica tends to keep on the hush hush when this sort of stuff happens. I'm speaking to other different Polynesians, and when they talk about it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's crazy how our generation, or the generations before us, like to keep that stuff like undercover, or like keep it like mum's word, like don't tell anyone. It's like, why would they have done that sort of stuff back then? Like, why keep it a secret? Like, why keep it hush hush? I think just even the fact that this is sister's daughter, man. Like, what the fuck? Makes you wonder, though. Like, what happened to him? But like, even thinking of what happened to him, but it's like, what in his mind told him that it was okay to approach that and do the stuff that he done? He's going to be in a sick place in his head, man. Because, like, what's the influence? Is he influenced by stuff that he's seen? Is it stuff that's happened to him? Is it stuff that's happened within his family? Like, to have people stand beside you and bat for you in the courtroom just to reduce his punishment, well, that obviously screams like that they support that shit. I mean, until that stuff has happened to them, to those people who are supporting this guy, so they see it through the other lens. Fuck, why even support someone like that, man? Like, hand down the harshest sentence you can give and let them cope with the rehab while they're there. But don't fucking plaster it, eh? Don't just give them a life sentence because you got these character references, like to knock off a couple of years just to downgrade the punishment. Like, fuck, that's wrong, man. They need to know the consequence of what they've done, especially when this kid comes into this world, man.
Yo, facts.
That's been messed up, man. My nana and my nana and dad, like, what the fuck, they're siblings. That's fucking messed up, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh? That's a red flag already for me, or for anybody. That's a red flag already, especially when it's your sister's child, you know. And I mean your sister's child. Yeah, it's it's the sister's child, right? And he's the uncle. Man, that's sick. That's sick in every way. In every different angle. There's no excuse for it at all. And to build some character reference just to support him as a person, you know, outside of the court, and just to try to paint a picture for the judge, you know, to make him look like a saint. Man, shame on you. Shame on you for all those that are actually sign a petition to make his character look like a saint. Shame on you. Whether you're family or friends, man, you guys deserve to be locked up with him. So sentence his bastard, and you know, and let the brothers inside deal with him, and yeah, you know, for whatever years he gets. But at the end of the day, like any other day, sick, man, sick. Just no excuse for it. His actions speak louder for him as a person. So regardless of him getting rehab or whatever, what's happened to him, man, it's sickening, man. It's sickening. It's sad too, as well. And I believe the law of the land hopefully comes to bringing justice to what has happened. You know, yeah. And then giving all support to the child that's gonna be coming. you know, and the sister's daughter as well, support for her as well, and as well as support for the sister, the mother of the child and the child to be. Yeah, so support for them mostly. As for the guy that did it, man, throw that guy, man, throw that guy inside and lock him away, man. He's a predator, regardless of what's happened to him, man. He's a predator. Does he need help? Well, shit, that's not for us to know. Let the system take care of that, man. If he needs help, the system's there. Yeah.
Yo,
Man, talking about sick people, bro. Another yarn that came through the barber shop, and it was about a daycare worker in Melbourne sexually assaulted more than 2,000 kids. Parents were even told that their kids will have to get SED checks, all because of this 26-year-old man in Australia. Now it's brought a big outcry on no more males in the industry, which is the daycare industry and like kindergartens, to no longer change diapers in the workplace. Like, that's how sick this fucking world is at the moment, man. This how crazy the world is. Man.
So this happened at the daycare center, right?
Well, this is the north side of Melbourne, I think, or the west side of Melbourne. And yeah, well, the sickening part is that, bro, this, like, you would have thought like there was protocol inside the workplace about males changing diapers and how that would have escalated, right? Or how that would have been assessed for the safety of children. Now you got a whole lot of daycares not wanting males in that sector to go do these sort of things. But like, even before that, like the screening process of how they employ people in these places, bro, if I was one of those parents, man, I'd have that guy in a noose by the end of the day. That's my honest thoughts about it. But yeah, like, man, for all those poor kids to now have to get tested, but even the fact that he could continue working, like, at different daycares, man, like, what's the fucking world coming to you, man?
No, that's so true, man.
it's like giving the kids like a bit, like, we're not even giving them a fair chance at life. Like, they start off with like trauma like this, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, it needs to be either restrict what males can do in that kind of environment. You know, if it's the males that are doing the most of the offending or whatever, or blah blah. Or, yeah, like Leti said, have a better screening process, or just make sure that whoever's changing the diapers, you're not by yourself. You know, do like a 2-person system. You know, 1 male, 1 female. You know, it's like fucking sickos, eh? Like, especially your parents. You know, we're trying to, you know, provide for our young ones and whatnot, and give them a better life. So we got to go work and shit. And you're leaving your kids in like the best hands that you can afford, and they do this shit behind your back. Come on, man. That guy, yeah, man. Nah, that guy needs to be locked up, or just let him walk on the streets and someone will find him. Nah, jokes. just lock him up. Yeah, just lock him up, bro. Nah, no one attack him, please. Just put him in jail. But yeah, nah, yeah. What a scumbag.
Yeah, more than a scumbag, man. He's done it so many times, man. He got comfortable. You know what I mean? Doing the shit. So it's it's a red flag again with the process of hiring these sort of people and not actually fully checking their backgrounds. You know, especially, I'm not sure what nationalities, but whether I'm not trying to single out nationalities, but at the end of the day, he's working with children, right? So they need to go through a process in Melbourne, Victoria, just like Queensland or New South Wales. They gotta get cleared. They gotta get certified tickets from checks, right? Police checks, and then they gotta hold their white card, yellow card. I think it's a blue card to work with kids or youth. You know, so they gotta go through about 2 processes, I think it is. But if you viewers know what the process is and what I'm talking about those cards, those certification cards to work with youth, just comment down below and let us know what those that process is, because I believe and that they got to go through 2 processes if they're working with kids in that sector, whether it's youth, children, aged care, as well as hospitals as well. So they need to go through a huge process there in Australia of police checks before they actually get to work in that sector. So just be warned as well. There are people overseas that come in from overseas, and then they their professions are something else, but then they do paperwork to upgrade their job status in order, because there's a high demand in their sector, right? When you go into countries like New Zealand and Australia, there's a high demand in aged care. There's a high demand in the hospitals, public health, and everything like that. So then you put two and two together. They gotta to come to these countries. They gotta upgrade their skills, to get their first levels in order to get into countries like this, so they can hopefully become permanent residents and citizens one day. Yeah. So man, really double check these people that are coming in from other countries. Coming into our side of the world, because there's no way that New Zealand and Australia would go the extra mile to check their backgrounds if they came from countries like India or Asia, Zimbabwe, whatever it is. That's all I'm saying. The process, there is a bit of a loophole there, but man, really put infrastructure in that process, and then on site where there's daycare and that. Yeah, man. As far as I know, you should be with female staff, 24/7 if you're dealing with kids and all that. So yeah, that sucks, man, because that's a massive loophole. He's done it so many times. Yeah, but yeah, once again, use the law for what it is, and then give him the maximum, man. Throw him in there, man, and let the boys sort him out.
Thank you, boys. We'll do a weekend wrap of sports, man. Anyone catch any sport on the weekend?
Oh man,
Shit, sorry, guys.
I don't know how many losses Wales has had, but it's like nearly up to a record, I think. Like, yeah, they got a long stretch of losing games, and like they lost to Japan, even though they led in the first half. So that's some concerns. I mean, I know Gatlin was forced out of that coaching role, so I hope Wales can sort out soon. But it's a perfect time for Manu Samoa to challenge Wales for a 3-match series.
Right.
Scotland, despite having some of their best players playing for the Lions, had a win over the Māori All Blacks. It was a close victory. The All Blacks struggled to put a B French team away. French came out firing, and the All Blacks really struggled to put them away. And our rivals, man, the South Africans, man, they just handed to Italy. But big ups to Italy. In the last 20 minutes, they did put some points on. Made the game points a little bit more respectable. Also, man, my game of the week, the mighty Broncos. Man, we're down 18-0 and managed to come back and win the game 22-18, despite not having Walsh, no Haas, no Carrigan, no Shibasaki, no Jensen, so and no Hunt. So we were missing a lot of players. I mean, the Doggies were missing players too. The Doggies had no Crichton, Kirkman. Who are the other guys? There's one more, Max King. But yeah, I mean, 18-0 lead, and they just gave it up. And as much as I want to rub it into the Dogs, I know what it feels like, because we got smacked by the Panthers in the grand final in 2023. So I ain't gonna tell you shit. But yeah, I didn't catch any of the 1A results, but I'm sure Leti will have those later on in the pod. So now it's been a good weekend of sports. Shout out to the women's rugby league. That's been amazing. Broncos had a convincing win against the Tigers. I think the Knights struggled. Yeah, the Cowboys gave the Knights a honey, and then I think Dragons were playing as well. But yeah, I want to rewatch a lot of those games, because the women's rugby league is really getting up there.
It is,
and I think the Warriors played this afternoon. I'm not too sure of the score. But yeah. How about you, Kaisar? Did you catch any rugby on the weekend?
Ah, man, just just dealing with the speed bump at the moment. But yeah, just with the fight game itself, just a quick update. Yeah, just a shout out to Kaisar France for UFC 317. Come up short against Pendoza, but man, mad respect to him. He is a top tier fighter. So shout out and much alofas to the Kaisar France for doing his thing for the second time for flyweight world championship status. But good on him, and it is his quote. It is because he's Māori, bro. So yeah, it is most definitely 200% because he's Māori. Big ups to him for promoting his culture on a world class platform, which is the UFC, and just letting everybody know that where he comes from, Aotearoa, New Zealand, and that he's a proud Māori. And yeah, man, big ups to Kaisar, France. Man, Sonny Bill Williams versus Gallon, boys. What do you reckon, lads? It's coming up soon, July 16th, boys. July 16th. For your viewers, comment down below, man. Even put a wager down there. Don't be shy now for all those Gallon fans. So yeah, put that wager down there. Comment down below who you guys got for all you viewers. I know Leti's gonna say, Leti, who you got, bro? Who you got?
I'm wasting my time and breath on that one. So I'm looking forward to that. The Crawford and the Canelo fight.
Beautiful.
So I know we're doing a wager for that one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take as many barbershop bits for that one, and we'll get put at the TAB and see, pick a round and see who catches in on that fight. So,
well, who's your
that's the only real fight that's ever happened.
Who's your round? Who's your round?
I'm gonna say Button, and they'll go the distance too.
Oh, what about you, Eddie?
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be Gallon, round 2.
No, against Terry Gallon, round 2. Shit.
Against
Oh,
Sonny
yo,
Bill.
on that fight. Oh, damn.
Damn.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, what a
You should
break,
take that one
dude,
at the
man.
TAB.
Hey, on Gallon. Oh, the Sonny Bill.
No. I don't like Gallon, but man, I think he's a different beast, man.
Why
I
though?
mean,
Why?
because my cunt has similar build, similar height, and he managed to knock out Sonny Bill when Sonny Bill got a bit cocky on the inside. And I reckon Gallon's gonna do the same. I think Sonny Bill, as long as he keeps the distance, I reckon Sonny Bill will win it based on points and he'll go the distance. But Sonny Bill, man, like apparently it's personal. So when you're a fighter and you take it personal, you're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna follow your game plan, and I think he's gonna go in close, and I think Gallon's gonna catch him.
So by saying that, do you reckon Sonny Bill's already lost before he's even begun?
I hope not. He's training at the Jaya Pattaya facilities, so hopefully Jaya and some of the other trainers can convince him, just stick with the game plan, and if you need to switch up, if you need to call it audible, call it, but don't let your emotions go in. When I spar, it feels like it's a it's a chess game, right? Like you don't want to get checked, man. You don't want to get knocked out. You use your pawns to do the fightings, and PJ is good at baiting me in, and he'll do a left hit, high hook, just to draw me in for that jab. And when I fuck it, get angry, and I step in for that double jab, bang, he's got me for upper. So it's like you got to think, man. And I don't know.
But
Sonny Bill says it's going to be personal, and I reckon he's lost once he said that.
yeah, but by saying that, you say he's training with Timo Pattaya, but he's also trained with the world's best as well, with Parker's camp, with Tyson Fury. He's been mixing it up with those guys for the last few years. He's been around Choc. He's been with Choc over the years since he started his career. What do you think? To me personally, it doesn't matter who you're with or who you've been mixing it up with. At the end of the day, once you get hit, man, it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story. You can come with a game plan however many times you want. You can have the best in the corner. But like Leti's main man, Mark Hunt, you come with a game plan with whoever you're with in the corner, man. Once you get hit, you stay hit. But
now, what's famous words? I'll just go in there and knock your fucking head off. That's
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
ring his bell.
That's it. But like Tyson says, everybody's got a game plan until you get hit. It's so true. But by saying that, what you said about Gallon is so true. For me, I'll base off Gallon because of the quality of fighters he's had since he started. He's never shied off from a big name. And not only that, he's never shied off from anybody challenging that's of a good age. So if no disrespect to Sonny Bill and whatever, but Gallon has a better record of quality fighters to keep him honest in the journey, and for that fact alone, I reckon Gallon's over the year now, but he has a puncher's chance, because he's up against an athlete, But I believe no matter what age you are, George Foreman came back at what age? 47 or 46. And the new heavyweight world champion at his age, fighting all these young bucks like Tommy Gunn and everything like that. So it comes down, doesn't matter. Age is just a number. You get the tour, man. He's training. Man, that's even more dangerous to his age. You get a man like anybody of whatever fitness level you are, and then all you gotta do is just get yourself fit at your pace, at your level, and you're dangerous because you're sitting on a lot of IQ. And there's no way you can perform an IQ or lace up the boots and go on for a run. If you're not fit, you need to go for a run. You need to go do a few laps around to get the light legs strong, get the core strong again, and then with the experience that you have, man, you're dangerous, man. You're there to hold the line in the team. You're not gonna be the weakest link. But if you're unfit and you're not gonna hold the line, you're the weakest link in the team. It's the same with the fight game,
You're gonna hold the L.
Yeah. So based on that, Gallen has a puncher's chance, man. And he has quality of the guys he fought. He's good stock, man, and he's getting fit, man. He's taking it seriously. So I believe once he catches a guy like Sonny Bill, man, good luck, Sonny, man, because Gallen's been dropped by the best, and he's also got back up to finish the round. That's what makes him dangerous. I remember back in the days, I'm not going to drop any names, but they've always said, it's not about you giving it and then dropping them. As soon as they get back up, man, you got a fight on your hands. It's so true, man. It's so true. And it's a scary thing because those are probably the most toughest competitions you can have is when they get up. Because, man, it's amazing how they can just almost turn things around because it gets into your mind. It gets into your head, and that determines, like the old saying from our uncles and fathers and so on and so forth. Back home in Samoan, they say, man, it comes down to how big your heart is, and that's where the heart has to kick it, because you can't coach that, Yeah. It's either you're gonna fold or it's either you're gonna show how big your heart is. Yeah, that's so amazing, man. Yeah, so amazing.
Yeah, I think I agree. I'm not gonna say the exact same response, but I feel like the caliber of fighters that Sonny's actually fought, they're not apart from Mark, it's pretty much guys that didn't really test Sonny's jaw. But even just Sonny's style, I mean, I don't think he's IQ enough to pull Gallen forward and catch him with some punches, because I think his guard is pretty good, considering that he can take some big shots, and like you said, he can get back up as well. I reckon it has to be Sonny Bill has to throw like a fucking David Tua uppercut with a overhand right to clean Gallen out and knock him out for the count. But other than that, I don't think he stands a chance if they're gonna go toe to toe, because Gallen presses. I don't think Sonny will handle the pressing. Even if he is training for it, it'll be hard to try and catch Gallen with a shot at the end of his range. Even his jab, like he doesn't have a Joe Parker jab. I think Gallen's good at moving his head out of the way and moving off the center line. With Sonny Bill, he always comes back to the center line, and you saw in their Mark Hunt fight, he baited him right to it, and he fucking walked into their punch, and the mouth guard and the snot came out of his nose. So that's all she wrote, So it'd be interesting what punch if like Sonny does go down, what punch Gallen throws with, because it'll be a flurry of combinations, and it's his basic 1, 2, 3 more or less. That's all he's got, but I mean, that's all he needs, Sonny will probably try and bait him forward and pull him forward and just try and catch him with an uppercut or something at the end of his range, but I don't see it happening there. Paul's too IQ smart in the ring. He's good at cutting off the ring as well, where Sonny tends to try and run, and you can only run so far before your legs start to tire, and then you can't even your punches become soft, man. I've seen that, and Sonny's getting quite a bit.
Well, that's in July 16th for your viewers. That's July 16th, and also the Terence Crawford and Canelo fighters in September 13th. September 13th. So plenty of time to put your bets in, viewers. Put your comments down below. Let's get it on. And then not forgetting our own Lani Daniels. It is because she's Māori too, so another one representing Māori on a world-class stage. So she's fighting Kalesa Shields for a world title in July 26th. So July Fight Vibes, man, is here. So, yeah, man,
Yep.
keep an eye out for that for all the viewers. And just one more thing with Sonny Bear Williams, I reckon, man, they try to box, man, because you're not a boxer. Use your size. Use your size and get in there and go humble styles, man. That's what I believe. Make the fight ugly. Because I know Paul Gallen, he's not going to try and box you, man. Maybe a little bit, but he's going to make it ugly like he usually does. So that's, yeah, man. They try and look pretty in there, man. Get it done, man. It's the last word for you, buddy.
Nice, gentlemen. Comments corner. What do you got for us, Eddie?
Just because I've been so busy, I haven't really done much. But just want to say a shout out to people that commented. Carl Ruihi, Lewis, 1703. Thanks for the comment, and also Oliveira, 9137, and the Uso Vailima 49. Man, I appreciate you guys. Seki.
That's awesome.
What's the bullshit they've been saying?
I actually got one from a loyal listener who snippeted. I think it was. I didn't save it. I should have screenshotted it. But he mentioned the flooding reports that you mentioned on the last podcast, because this person had been they've been house shopping, and they just mentioned that the realtor has to share that information. That's what it was about the flood zones. Yeah, because I think it does come under. It must. I don't know whether it's a Commerce Commission issue or whether it's an insurance issue for the home. Because if you're in a flood zone, and the realtors obviously made you sign a document, there's something that protects the buyer.
Yeah.
Because you have to get insurance anyway from the bank, because the bank don't want to recover the money. But so they said that information is actually put forward by telling you, oh yeah, you are on the map, and that's signed up by the council. I think that's one comment that someone commented about the last pod that we shared.
Sick.
Nice.
Local sport and news. There was no 1A this weekend, but I can tell you this. I can read you the table. Are you ready, boys?
Ready.
Check out this one. In the North Harbour 1A comp for the first time in how many years? And I swear to God, man, I always check out who's leading the 1A in North Harbour, man. Rosmini College, 44 points. Westlake Boys, 1 point behind, 43 points. Whangarei Boys, 38 points. Rangitoro, 33. So that makes up their top four. And our brothers in arms, Messi High School, 20 points. Mahurangi sitting in fifth place with Messi. Oh no, actually 2 points behind. 4 points behind. Mahurangi was 16 points. Takapuna Grammar, 6 points. And Uri were sitting bottom of the North Harbour 8 with 1 point. The Auckland 1A competition. And there's no surprises here. Well, actually, there's a surprise because St. Kitts sitting on top with 38 points. King's College in second place, but with 35 points. So that's where their bonus point and their for and against sort of comes
in handy.
Yeah, man. And Sacred Heart, a close 1 point behind with 34. And our brothers, the West Auckland leaders, Liston College with 30 points, man. So they're sitting in fourth place, man.
Damn.
Nice.
Massive feat. Massive respect to those guys and the coaching staff at the school at Liston College. Carlston Boys, 4 points behind. Liston with 26 points. Auckland Grammar, 24. Damn. And the boys from St. Peter's, man. Shucks, 21 points. And 6 points ahead of them. Behind them, St. Paul's with 15. Manaba Grammar on 10 points with Dilworth. De La Salle with 5, Botany sitting with 3 points. That's the leaderboard for the 1A comp. And I'm going to throw this out every time, man. The reason why I say the 1A comp in Auckland is the most elite, we play the most games. Let me give you another example. If you play 4 traditional games on top of your 12 games, there's 16 games. The Super 8 only play 8 games, man. If you're in the Super 8 or if you're in the North Harbour 8, you play 8 games. When you get to the finals, you play another 2 games. That's 10 games for the season. Then you go to the top 16. So anyone who has doubt about the 1A comp, fucking add more teams to your fellas comp, then you can flex. So that's why I believe, that's why Carlson's one of those schools, man. Because we play at least 7 traditional games, if not 3 preseason games against under 21s, as well as the traditional games. So in the one season, you're playing at least 21 games. So don't come at me with all this bullshit about the one being weak, man, because that's fucking facts, man.
Yo,
Facts,
That's
Wolf,
fucking
man.
facts. And they have the international teams they fly into
Say it.
the universities and shit.
Spit it out.
22, 23 games, man. Unless it's one season. So unless your school's doing that shit, you know, all these other Super A comps, man, you can say it's but all this and that. Come and play the same amount of games with the same squad, and then tell me if you can heck it with the best, man. Because all these other schools, maybe Grammar, maybe Auckland Boys, maybe De La Salle, maybe Sacred. Maybe they might play traditional games, but you will never see them as much as what Carlton play, bro. I know that. And there's a few teams that they will not do traditional games anymore, you know? But I mean, in terms of how many games the 1A plays, bro, 12 games is heaps, man. It's more than the Super Rugby.
yo.
Nice.
And just another local news, which was shared by Te Ao, and this was pulled on the heartstrings, man. So it was called the Wednesday, Friday Fish Heads and Frames. And this was a snippet that was taken from the Te Ao community news, and it was just the around the wastage of fish frames.
Yep.
And man, with lines in the car park, right? So there's a marae to the left at this marae, and I know they have during the week they have their own cafe, and they use that to help fund their banquet gardens that they have at the back there. But then they inherited the fisheries frames and bodies, man. So you know, to the person who wouldn't know shit, they'll just buy fillets at the supermarket. But what happens to the rest of these fish? So there's obviously a little community initiative that goes and takes these fish frames, and then they put them on ice, and then they bag them, and they give them away for free. The key word here is these guys are working for free. That's just a community initiative. So they've taken these on, and the lines for these are like water in Africa, man. So many cars, they're lined up, and they use the words, the respect for the ika. And that's because they know how to eat the fish, and they respect the fish. These guys are community people out there handing out the fish, and it's awesome that they even asked a few people like, hey, so shout outs to Carlos Hotene for the awesome work that him and his kainga do. Pulls on the hearts, man, when you see the whole salmon frames and the heads, because man, there's some supermarkets that actually go and sell those. You know, with some of these other fisheries people, they've put them in bins and just hand them out. And man, if you saw the queue of cars lining up to get their fish frames, you know, and some people even say, man, this helps us lighten the burden of how we're gonna eat this week, you know. So what an awesome initiative, eh? So yeah, that wraps up our local news and sport.
Sick.
What you guys been watching, man? What's on the search bar? What's on the algorithm? Start with you, Kaisar.
Oh man. Okay. Shit. I had a something. What I've been watching. Oh man, bro. Sorry, man. My mind's going blank. Yeah, just a little bit of conspiracy channels, you know, stuff like that. What else? Just history channels, and yeah, just the world's most secretive locations. Yeah, to visit.
Nice.
Yeah, the world's most secretive locations to visit. That's not even on the tourist map. So one of the places is China. Man, China is such a hidden gem, eh? So huge, but so hidden. Especially when they got multiple authentic cities built on mountains that you can visit. You know, that's like 1,000 meters up above sea level. You know, 1,000 meters up above sea level, and that's just the start. Some of them are like 1,300 above sea level. My man, you're gonna get altitude sickness if you go that high. But these people live up there, so if you're a visitor, be warned, take an oxygen mask. Because if you don't take an oxygen mask, man, you're gonna be like 10 times drunk. You know, that's it. You're gonna feel lightheaded, dizzy, nausea. But yeah, at the end of the day, my man, yeah, that's what I've been watching. And then what else? A little bit of old school movies, I've been watching. I had to revisit Van Damme's Kickboxer, No Retreat, No Surrender. No retreat, no surrender. Oh, hecka.
The
Yeah.
black guy, no
Yeah,
man.
yeah, man. Those ones never get old, eh? And man, Van Damme at his best day when he first came on screen. Surely that dude was most definitely Hollywood, eh? Like he looks good, eh? He looks good on screen. There's not an ounce of fat on him. Was filled out quite well, not too big, eh? Damn man, eh? So I had to watch a few of those ones, reminiscing on those ones. Also, oh man, what was that? The Black Leroy. You guys seen that movie? It's an old school one, eh?
No.
Yeah, yeah. He's obsessed with Bruce Lee. It's like No Retreat, No Surrender. But yeah, it was quite funny, man, that movie. Yeah, he's Blackanese. That's what it is. Blackanese, and his idol is Bruce Lee, and he fights like Bruce Lee. It was so funny, eh, man. But yeah, just visiting a lot of old school movies. Also, one movie was Beach Street Breakdance. Oh, my man.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I was thinking, shit, man. There's some good shit on some low budget fucking, cash, eh? And they made these movies in the hood. Man, imagine visiting those places today. I bet you they're not there, eh? Everything's busted down and upgraded. So yeah, just visiting old school movies and locations. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I watched an interesting documentary about an agent. His name was I think it's Isaac Moses. And man, like, how can one agent in the NRL have so much influence, eh? Like, people blamed him for like the leak that caused Melbourne to lose their rings during the salary cap controversy. He's got links to the Tigers losing a lot of their key marquee players. He's got links to the Broncos when we came dead last in that season, and the way he does contracts is like it's all about money for him. It's not actually for the players. And now he's been linked to Lockie Galvin going to the Bulldogs and causing disruptions there. And all of the NRL are like split on this because he's got so much influence. Not only does he have players underneath his books, he's got coaches as well. So it was a real interesting documentary of how much influence he has, not only just in the NRL, but in even Channel 9 News, how he got one of the broadcasters taken off a particular show that he had his client on. So it's crazy, and how much influence he has in like a majority of clubs. Also, after that, I watched watching a few more episodes of The Wire, but I had to rewatch it just because one of my friends wanted to start it because so just rewatching the episodes of him, waiting for him to get up to where I am, and and then I watched this I forgot his name, but he's a guy from Jordan, and he travels the world, and his trip to Samoa, and man. Since the first hotel he went to, he saw Israel flag. And he was so gutted about it, eh? And he was like asking the Samoan guy, "Hey, why do you guys have like Israel flags like flying up?" And the Samoan guy, he goes, "Oh, because it's in the Bible." Because we just live in our bubble. We don't know about massive global politics that's going around the world. Between the Palestinians and So this Samoan guy, he just acted innocent. He was just like, "No, it's just because it's in the Bible. That's why I got an Israel flag." And anyway, he's just driving around, goes all to hotels. He even picked up the Samoan lady that's walking on the road, drove her to her house, dropped her off, and the lady was like, "Oh, do you want to come and have a look at, the most basic, humble Samoan fale?" And all these kids running around, and I could hear her in Samoan, "Hey, come for the kamparang, So all these kids are coming in, like, looking awkward with their smiles, shaking his hand. He's like, she's like, "Hey guys, blah blah," and then do you know those baby coconuts, the real baby coconuts, and you crack it, and it's got like that round nutty thing in the inside, like I think it's called a olo.
Yeah.
And man, they gave it to him, and he was eating. I was like, "Bro, that is so good." And he's like, "Oh, he's so nice." He even eats falai
Erling.
erengi, yeah, bro. He loved it, eh? He had sliced tuna, like a sashimi, but it was sliced with sesame seed at a Samoan restaurant. And then the last thing he eats in Samoa. He walked up to the store and the lady's like, "Hey, you want to try this?" And there was a big Coke bottle with sea inside it. You know, fungu sea?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Is this nice?" She goes, "Yeah, it's nice. Take it. It's so good." The man buys it, and like, it's his last night in Samoa, and he eats a little bit. He's like, "What?" And he's like trying to like say in Arabic how like it's this weird textures. He's like, and he's trying to look it up what it was.
Yeah.
And he had to chat to the Samoan lady. "Hey, is this?" And she's like, "No, this is this." And he's just like, "What?" Like, I was like, "You guys are sad, bro." But yeah, nah, man, it was cool seeing him wear lava and in a Samoan shirt, and it's like, man, it's just heartwarming to see people trying our culture. And nah, he loved it, and he went to the local Fia nights and all that. And one of the Fia nights was at the Samoan tourism office, and they were teaching people how to weave. So he weaved like that much of this mat, right?
Yeah.
The baskets or whatever. And then going back to that story of the lady, when he picked up the lady, dropped her off, he's like, "Wait, did you make these?" And he picked up these full-on baskets that she wove. "Did you weave these?" And she goes, "Yeah, I did it this morning." Oh my gosh. Like, he was just like buzzing out because it took him ages just to do a little patch. But nah, it was awesome seeing that. But yeah, if I re-find the video, I'll chuck it into the link below. But
Must have been
yeah,
a humbling
fuck,
experience for him, the way. Yeah, like all
Yeah,
visitors.
nah. Yeah. Nah, he loved it. He caught the bus. He caught the bus from what is it, from Whanau Airport to Apia.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So instead of getting picked up by a taxi or whatever, he just caught the bus.
Yeah.
He crossed the road and caught the bus. Yeah.
Nice. What an experience, eh? Should have gave him fight eye pussy. Eh?
Nah, I wish he had a fair or something. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah. How about you, Let's?
Oh man, just watching a lot of short stuff. Same Jake's Chop Shop. But yeah, one thing I never mentioned, but obviously do Scott Brown carpentry. But this guy's got like 428,000 followers, man.
Wow.
So he's a good soul, bro. Like, I just love his content. I love how because he used to live out in West Auckland, and then he moved down to Dunedin, and he's done bought an old 1960s build, and he's slowly built it up. Yeah, it's pretty cool because he did a bit of work in Japan and over in Europe, and then he came back home, settled with his missus. Yeah, watching a lot of his stuff. I know when I caught up with my brother-in-law, he was like saying, "Oh yeah, do you watch that Scott Brown guy?" Like, yeah, Ray, he's pretty good. Because that's pretty much where I get all my insight of like how to do stuff around the house. Me watching him. Obviously the Jake's Chop Shop, just the recent build that he's done. He's got an old Kingswood that's been sandblasted, so he's peeled off the original paint. I know he had it like he tried to just have it like just pristine, which is just the rust and the old murky creamy corners. Like you just leave it, you just put a clear coat over it. But then obviously because these cars in Australia at the moment are on like real high demand, like they you'll never find another stamped Kingswood for 76. So he's decided to actually we'll cut it out and get it to like real mint condition.
What year is the Kingswood?
He's working on that at the moment.
What year is the Kingswood?
A 76.
76 Holden utility or 4-door?
Nah, the four door. Sort of looks like the once the Warriors car that ever takes the Lileo car.
Yeah. So it's what's the
Holden version. That's a Falcon on that one, but
that's the HZ, HZ 4-door.
Yeah,
HZ 4-door.
The bench seat.
Yeah,
the bench seat.
I had the 73 HQ Holden V8 back in the days. Yeah, and then I had a LJ 73 short block V8 as well. If you guys know there's LJ Tiranas, man, but I had half a roll cage. I did half a roll cage inside, and then I had it on air shocks on the rear with the fat boy rims on them, which were touching the rims. So these days now they're a huge classic, man. I wish I hadn't got rid of it, but I had to because I had too many cars working on. But LJ Tirana 73, and then a HQ 73 utility, yeah.
Yeah, what's crazy about the stuff that they do in Oz is like they cut the springs, man. Like you know, just to get the right height. Like that's a big no here, you know. But the way they do it in Australia, they get their pink slips, and once they actually go and get like a VT&Z and get it like stamped, then they take it back to the workshop and then they cut the springs just to give it just a different look. And yeah, I watch a lot of his stuff because he's straight up like he's like, oh, what's a low budget little mod you can do to your car, and he'll show you how to do it. Like he gets as far as like showing you how to spray. I'll be watching his stuff, but then yeah, man, shout outs to probably the cowboy, bro, and all the stuff that he's been posting. I know he's just took over 100,000 followers. And then bro, Jaden Lang, bro, mad love to that guy, and his last film that he's been over in Samoa, just him revisiting the homeland. And it's funny, man, because like I swear I could have seen a lot of his snippets of this whole video that he's just put together and uploaded, and that was of him and Joe Parker eating the fish in the water. Because I saw that months ago, and you've only just seen the film now. There was a bit where he's training with the Samoan Def 7 squad, man. He just pulled into Samoa, and like just that was beautiful, man, because he went there with a whole lot of rugby bits. And he got to meet Michael Jones and Hendy's out at the tournament that the Def people were playing at. That's all the stuff that pulls on your heartstrings, right? He even did 100 Big Mac combo giveaway at the back of the Makiki, man, and just seeing that, man. It's like obviously it's movie knee, and like it just reminds me of like stuff that like when I went to Samoa for the first time with my old man, you know, just the stuff that Jaden was doing. But even like him just making a video of him wearing his shades and like just him expressing like, oh, it's funny that you didn't see it on film, but he shared that like underneath his shades he wasn't sweating, he was actually crying, because when he saw the state of the classrooms and then he saw the kids sitting in the sun just for him and was it Henry Williams, the strongman guy?
Eddie Williams.
What's his name?
Eddie.
But yeah, just bro, you know, just them going into the school and saying who they were and just seeing the Kamekis sing and dance. And he just said, like, you know, when he went back to the hotel room and he just vlogged to the camera just saying, not once did you ever hear one of those kids complain. And like, if there's something that this generation can take, the classroom, no chairs, no tables, no carpet, straight concrete, sitting on the floor. Kids aren't complaining. Sitting in the sun, you know, just to go, because they got guests and for the whole school to be there, they weren't complaining, you know.
I think
that's stuff like these people just, you know, take for granted here, man. You know? But, you know, Samoa is a federal country. Some parts of this still living from the runoff. You know?
But bigs up to Jaden Lang.
Massive respect,
man. Shout out to Jaden Lang, man. But also, man, you've done more than enough there. You know, it's you know, there's a few comments I seen, because I just caught that one just last week, just last week, where one of my boys was showing me that one. But man, quite teary too, because I think a lot of comments saying that he's done more than what other big celebrities haven't even done before. But you know, each to one own. But hey, put the actions on him, because it's him. You know, he's done it. He's done it. Don't compare it to any other big names. You know, it is what it is. You know, So
he's done the return to Chile, and they refer to him as the Australian. He's returned to Australia. They refer to him as the Polynesian, as the islander, Chilean guy. He's gone back to Samoa, and the first thing they said was welcome home. So he's felt the connection to the land. One of the things that blew me away about his video was that he was doing this, right, and he even donated like 10,000 tala to the school after leaving. But it was just his spirit, you know what I mean? And he got a lot of hate for the video he done where he bought 50 lovers, right? And he went back, so that's how I know, you know, how recent it was, because he obviously stayed for the week. He posted the video, and he went back to revisit the family, and then he just put it into context. And a lot of people will do it, man. Like, you get a Bali, when you get a Tonga, everyone does it. Everyone negotiates a price, right? But he put into context. Okay, when people are commenting, like Jaden's he's a vlogger, he's a content creator. He can handle it. Yes. But when you go and do the comments to the people at the store selling, everyone's got to mark up, man. There's got to be a time where you know that, hey, the Australian dollar is strong, $25. My wife asked me, what would you have paid? I go, 15 to 20 is honest. Because you're paying Kiwi dollars. That's to the Tala. So he bought 50 Year Love Lovers. Cost him like what? He paid 700 for them. And they were negotiating a rate. People started hating in the comments. Oh, their family's been koloku. These are 35 and 25. How did they mark them up? And then they made a deal for 700. He went back to the family. Blessed them again with some more cash, and he asked them, how many months or weeks does it take you to sell 50 Yellow Lovers? And then they said, oh, we'll be lucky if we sell 5. And that's where he checked the haters, right? He goes, hate on Jaden as much as you want. When it comes to the people of the villages, hey, they got to make a living, man. So they put it into context, man. And I love the energy, man. Because a lot of people throw it out there, right? They cook to do this and never think about how they're saying it or how they're commenting, man.
Oh, they never think about it at all.
Yeah, like people comment, but it's
But
like,
what's your opinion on that? I want to hear you two guys' opinion on that, just based on that. Without the Jaden Lang video, how would you guys approach that? Your feeling, even just watching the Jaden Lang and what he done. What's your opinion, Leti?
What's that about going back to Samoa?
No. Just we all know back home, we live in where we from is poor, right?
Oh yeah.
So when you get people like, because okay, let's put it this way: Jaden Lang's video, but I also know another guy's video, and his video is just dogging Samoan and the hustle. Oh, he's warning people. Oh, be careful because sometimes our people are rude. Oh, be careful because sometimes they're gonna overcharge you. But Jaden Lang's video, totally opposite. But then we had that split with I think it was about 5 years ago or 4 years ago. We had a guy from Europe or wherever he's from France, or I don't know. I don't want to single out any countries. But when he came over, he went viral. Why? Because he was dogging the hustle in Samoa as well. He was saying we're scammers. We're scammers.
Yeah.
But then just a couple of years ago, you have Spanian. He come there and he mentioned that guy, that video. He came to Samoa and he put that video out. He made Samoa look bad. He said, we're scammers. We're all this, we're all that. And then you had other comments come on there. So, oh, come to our island. We're not scammers. We'll look after you. But then Spanian comes there, one visit, and he says, what the fuck are you moaning about? These guys are poor. What's the dollar to you? You earn that back in about 4 hours when you get back to work. It's so true. It's a fact. But then, like I said, one of our own, Jaden Lang, welcome back home, for sure. And then you have also one of our own who's also podcasting there in Samoa, and he dogs the hustle big time. And he went to school there. He's raised there. But he comes back there and he's acting like a fear palangi, like he doesn't even know how to Samoa himself. Jaden Lang, man, it's the first time or the second time he's been back home to Samoa. And it's funny you say that. They say, welcome back home. Every time I go back home to Samoa, they say, Soli, what are you doing back here? So at the end of the day, come on, share the love, man. What's your guys' thoughts on the hustle there? Are we scammers there? Are there scammers there?
Man, there's scammers all over the world, to be honest. But if in Samoa, if you don't like the price, there's another store like
that's
5 minutes down. Like you don't need to be rude. You can just keep walking. I remember like my personal experience. Me and my sister put money together, and we needed ear lovers. So the whole time I was there, and all these boys, the little street market boys, they're always coming up to me. It's like, no, so I don't need any yet, blah blah. And then like 2 days before, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy some, and I was gonna buy heaps, bro, like over 30 ear lovers, and they were retailing about $10 each when I was there. So I went there, I couldn't find these dudes. I walked around, couldn't the time that I needed, I couldn't even find them. So there, around the end of the car park, there was like 3 ice creams, and they're all sharing it between all these boys. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't see that side. You see these kids being like hustlers as, you don't see them sharing ice cream, on the side of the road, fuck, bro. Like, and then I did the whole, bro, they all rushed over. I was like, I'm going to buy 5 ear lovers off each of you. Like, each. Like, I don't want to buy off one person. I'm going to buy off all of you. So, yeah, and bro, these guys, like, unwind it, showed me, fold it back up nicely, put in the car right there, and one of the boys like, no, I'll put it in the back for you. So I was like, oh, yeah, see, boot open. I counted it. I should have had 30 ear lovers. I-37. Like, bro, don't talk about hustle, man. Not in my hometown, man. These boys do it for a living, man. And
Scammers, yeah.
they'll probably buy themselves like a 20-cent lolly or 30-cent lolly, and the rest of the coupe will go to their elders. That's how it works.
Yeah,
But
all for a good cause too,
yeah.
for schooling, for some stock, flour, sugar, salt, that's what it is. So for you viewers, that are wondering or even thinking, 700 Jaden Lang puts on there, you convert that to New Zealand dollars, it's like probably what, 598 New Zealand dollars. Because that's tala we're talking about. 7 tala, like Eddie is saying, 10 tala each for a lava. So that's what, like what, $8.98, yeah, New Zealand dollars, yeah. So yeah, keep that in mind too.
The Seki.
Seki boys. We'll do our Phil Poco of the week, but yeah, this has to go to fucking Will Smith, bro. You gotta remember, bro, like Will Smith in one of the was it the Oscars?
Yeah, with Chris.
This is like one of the most
Chris
grandest
Rock.
nights in
Yeah.
all. Like say, this is like the country ball, right? We just say it's the country ball where everyone's invited. The grand ball, everyone's there to receive awards. Everyone gets pretty. Everyone smells pretty. Everyone looks pretty. Remember, this guy got up on stage and slapped another guy. Same color as him, man. Ever a joke. And he's done multiple jobs with Jada Pinkett, man. And this guy, man, he thinks that that's a forgotten thing. I don't know whether it's an American thing or whether it's a Maoli thing. I don't know if it's just a Will thing. But this guy's got to remember, like, people won't forget. Then he made a video of a little snippet about talking about being on stage like he's about that life from Philadelphia. Tried to put an album out, and it seems like it's been stuck in the stable. It hasn't even been able to run out on the track, man. Just real quickly, your thoughts around the whole Chris Rock and all of that stuff that happened and him dropping this album. We'll give you a minute each. We'll go Eddie.
Oh, I think people like to watch drama and controversy. I think he's still trying to like cap on that. I think the 2 words is not 2 words, but like one of the phrases that comes to mind is him just trying to stay relevant. And I think he's just trying to like pop off because he's gone downhill since that Chris Rock incident. His whole family is a little bit like out there, so I think he's just trying to stay relevant. But I think he's just a guy at the moment. Man, just go back to making Men in Black movies. Sick.
Yeah, I think I commented on that one day on our Facebook page on Empty Out the Clip. What can you say, man? He talks about Chris Rock disrespecting him and his wife. Well, he brought disrespect to the world when he went on stage. He just changed the whole energy with viewers, millions of viewers watching, and all those superstars that were in that room were all felt very, very yuck, you know what I mean? Because he changed the energy based on that slap. So he brought everybody down to their level, his level. Man, and he talks about respect. My man, you just brought disrespect to yourself, and that is why you are reaping the reactions today. So whatever you bring out, man, everybody's not gonna forget, man, who you are for real, and just doing that on a world class stage. Big ups for the man Chris Rock, man. You held your own, especially that professionalism, and then just adapted to a bad situation, and then you ran with it, man. My man, that's what I was saying about speed bumps, man. Hold your own, man. Hold your own, man. And then if you know yourself as a person, it's either you're gonna react or it's either you're gonna react at their level. Never react at their level, man. Hold your ground, brother. Hold your ground, my man.
Nice,
bro. Yeah, based on a true story, bro. Well, his based on a true story, EOTC style, bro. That's what you get. Yeah, ngale. That's what happens, bro. Like, I don't know what the fuck he thought was gonna grow from that incident, but it clearly wasn't anything great. And this is the backlash that's come from it, man. $400 million later, I suppose. But hey, I guess you're trying to put stuff out there to be relevant, man. But that incident alone is gonna stay relevant in the history books forever, bro.
Forever.
And that's one of those taints that you can't wash off, man. And just I think for him in his own head, once he owns it and he actually comes back down to earth, then he's gotta show remorse and just empathy and just hope that Chris actually reaches out to him and says, bro, I forgive you. But not with all those cameras on the world watching, bro. Like ain't no also gonna lie down for that shit. Like you might as well double the 400 and make it 800, bro, and then maybe start talking about forgiveness, bro. But
That's it.
man, but kudos to the man Chris, bro. Like I named my son after his dad too.
Hey,
no respect to him, bro.
Summertime.
I named him after Chris Rock's dad. Julius Rock. That's who I named my son after. Seki boys, did you have a funeral?
Nah, not really. Probably a small one, but yeah. You want me to run it?
Yeah, if you got one, bro, real quick.
Yeah, really quick. Tasty kebabs on 56 Starlord Road. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, don't go there. Tasty kebabs on 56 Starlord Road. Mount Roscoe, the best kebabs in that area. Tasty kebabs, man. So, man, shucks, you know, similar to what you said, the double size. I don't know how big that double size was, but yeah. The jumbo, yeah. But right next to the petrol station on 56 Starlord Road. It's quite popular. Everybody knows where that joint is. So, if you're looking for some good kebabs, mixed lamb, beef, you know, whatever, man, get it down there, man. They're not going to fill up with just veggies. So, the portions of meat is huge. So, man, probably my third bite, I was already maung, to be honest. But, man, nice and fresh, eh? Nice and fresh. Get down there. Those guys really know what they're doing. Homemade sauce with their mint. They make it from scratch. Yeah, so I had my mint sauce, aioli, and some chili. Fire, man. Bomb, man. It's good protein. Pre-workout and after pre-workout.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, but just real quick before we wrap up the pod, but I shared a memory lane, and this was the question was, name a Samoan song every Samoan would know. But I guess you could reword it by saying, what's your favorite Samoan track? And here's the oh yeah,
Yeah, bro, that's classic.
yeah. Pick up Malvesi, for the clubs and for the international reach of that track. Nice. I never thought about that one. What about you, Kaisar? Do you have one?
Plenty, but I can't choose. But probably my most classics will be just the five star band. Whatever Bessie they gotta bring out, man. All of it, man. You start off smooth and you finish off fast.
I like the Tele Olisami.
Yeah,
that song
man.
from 5 Stars.
Don't make me cry now.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Don't make me cry now. Alios, man. It's just that generation, man. You think of your grandparents, you think of your parents, and then as soon as you play that Bessie from 5 Star, man, it's like, my man. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it'll be all the 5 star, right? Like, there's no one particular song because every song's pretty much
It hits differently. Hits differently.
Yeah, bro. As I've gotten older, yeah, it does. Like, because I knew my old man, like, to stay awake, would jam the 5 star from home all the way to custom. Like, you know, if he was just finishing his nights or his grave. But then I'll just be like, at first I'd be like, because my daddy just thought it was RSA band when I was an intermediate in his van. But then when he got his Opel and was just cruising his Opel, it'll be like, oh man, just listening to it. Like, I think the music started to resonate a lot more as I started to play more instruments. And then knowing that my dad could play the gat and like some of the riffs he used to play on his gat. And just the intros, the classic intros. And then I'd be like, oh, that's what he's playing, you know, without no. So, yeah, pretty much all those songs.
Always the basic intro for, especially being Samoan, for what you say, the intro note is the ingi. All the ingi notes. You know. Yeah.
You know, they always play the music so loud. So when you walk in, you know, your auntie's like, hey, man, you know, you always and there's always that one cousin there just like getting told off. Hey, shh. Oh, my label, bro.
What about
Always
when you're in
yeah.
primary school and then the old man rocks up with the car value with the 5-star playing up too loud? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like hey. So does it there? Does he come pick you up? Is it no? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
Sick host, man. That's pretty much does us for the episode, man. Like we'll get into some last words. Start with you, Chucky. Let's go.
yeah, just a word to the wise. You know, if you know who you are as a person, and you've done no wrong, and then you're dealing with speed bumps in life, especially if it's got to do with work or yeah, just hold your own. Hold your own as a person. Know your value, who you are as a person. Don't be shy to stand up for yourself. Don't be shy to stick up for yourself. And also, don't ever be the company's bitch at the end of the day. So hold yourself well and carry yourself well because you are valued, especially if you know your craft and know what you're worth. Yeah, so that's me.
nice also.
Yours.
Nah, man, just sending blessings to all the people that the same thing as Kaisar said, man. Everyone out there that's doing it hard and doing it rough, man. Like especially during winter. Just just hold your loved ones a little bit closer. Hopefully good times will come ahead. Interest rates are dropping, so there's a little bit of light coming soon. So yeah, just hang in there. Maybe another few months, but yeah. Also, if you need help, man, don't be afraid to ask. I've need help in the past. A lot of my family have helped me immensely. So, and a lot of my boys as well, which I consider family too. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Siki.
Sure, Usos. My last words is I know it's been cold and people might feel that the days are long, but use the time to refresh the plan of attack, your 5-year plan and stuff you want to get ticked off in the coming years or even in the coming months, man. Something as simple as writing it down somewhere you can see every day and visually see is a good way to remind yourself, hey, I told myself I was going to do this. Or even better, tell someone about it. Email someone about it. Little plans to attack what you want to be pursuing. Tick off, bro. Makes it so much easier to actually reflect and see that you got it done. Those are my last words, man. Get it late and I love it.
Can I live it?
Beautiful.
Nice.
So yeah, that pretty much wraps up our episode. You can probably catch more of our crew on the WesWes Network webpage. Also, you can find our boys, the Counter Rack, sharing their yarns on the latest rugby episodes. The boys on the 135 footy channel, sharing their yarns about the preview of State of O and the Warriors' injury woes and the Broncos' winning streak. You can also find producer Cam's self-titled podcast, the Cam Schuster podcast, for his latest episodes with Will. Also, you can catch the 135 channel and the late returns on our new TV and film WesWes Network YouTube channel. So if you made it this far, give us a like, subscribe, and share. Help share the love for the WesWes Network. We go our Pacifica point of view in one shot, no retraction. That's about us, boys. Usos, you need a draw. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Uspara.
Siki.
Peace.